I think the essence of being a lawyer is to really understand what it is that your clients want and be able to deliver that to them, and then also to explain what potential issues are and explain what the possible avenues are rather than just explaining what the problems are.
Okay, a seat is when you spend 6 months in a department. To be ticked off as a solicitor, you have to have had experience of 3 different areas of law as well as contentious work. So that's why we rotate on a 6-month basis. You put down your choices of where you'd like to go. You're guaranteed your first choice at least once.
I'm in my first seat here at BLP and I'm in banking and capital markets. It's really 2 seats in one. You have the banking side, which is in basic terms of the lending and borrowing of money and all the legal framework that goes around that. And then capital markets is more of the kind of international financial markets where investments are bought and sold.
My first seat was in insurance reinsurance, which I was a little bit scared about because I knew nothing about insurance reinsurance. So one of the most amazing things was being able to follow a case and understand what's being said. One of the best cases that I was working on was a case that spun from the Icelandic volcanic ash and all of the travel policies that disputes that had come as a result of that. It's amazing to be able to work on cases that are in the headlines and in the newspapers. It's really exciting.
I've been at BLP for almost a year now, so I'm just coming to the end of my 2nd seat within competition in the EU. My first seat was in public markets in the corporate finance team, and I'm just about to go into restructuring and insolvency.
My first seat that I'm in at the moment is real estate, so helping companies buy and sell land, property, helping them manage it. And that can sound quite dry and dull, but actually it's amazingly diverse because there's so many different things you can do with the property and different types of property as well.
The commercial department is essentially concerned with assisting your clients in negotiating and drafting their commercial contracts. It could relate to a variety of areas. It could be technology, media, retail, hotels, gaming, but the key point in any commercial contract is to make sure that the contract at the end of the day is legal and reflects the law, but also reflects the best possible commercial position for your clients.
The first seat that I worked in was public markets. Basically what that practice does is they help companies bring shares to market, so to the stock exchanges, that sort of thing. I worked in a secondary fundraising whilst I was in the department. So what that meant was that the company was issuing new shares to investors to try and raise cash.
I'm about to enter the dispute resolution group, our core litigation practice, and that's concerned with where things break down between the parties. It's all about trying to protect your client's interests and settle the case in the most economic way possible.
As a trainee in real estate, I'm basically responsible for drafting and negotiating different documents which govern the relationship between a landlord and tenant. So it might be that a new tenant wants to take on a tenancy of our client's property, and it's about drafting the terms which govern that relationship.
The seat I'm in at the moment is competition and EU. There's several different things that we look at. The main ones are working on anti-competitive agreements, so that's things like competitors getting together and fixing prices, or companies abusing what's called a dominant position. And then also we do quite a lot of merger work, so that's where 2 companies come together and actually merge, and whether that needs to be notified either to the national or the European merger authorities.
I was in the commercial department for my 2nd seat, and trainees who go to the commercial department will typically spend 3 months within the department itself with the team and then 3 months on secondment. I guess in plain English, I drafted lots of documents, schedules to contracts, attended negotiations, did a lot of legal research, drafted notes of advice to clients, research notes, a vast range of different things actually.
Corporate tax was a lot different to what I thought it was going to be like. I thought it was going to be quite dry and dull, really technical. It's definitely technical, but you can really get involved. I was working with the contentious tax team doing mainly tax disputes, so I had lots of interaction with the court. I sat in on a few hearings and was responsible for drafting a lot of the key documents. So it was really nice to get involved with things that I didn't think that I would be able to do.